Ooh, that's interesting. Wait, that's a pack rifle. What's it doing here?
Maggie, it's your mother. I want you to know your father and I, we take no pleasure in this decision. But at this point, we don't have a choice. You and Bill have dragged the black name through the muck for the last time. What they say you two, and that Wyatt girl is those classmates of yours.
That's it.
Oh. That's annoying. I hate it when the tape stops playing for stupid reasons.
Maggie, it's your mother. I want you to know your father and I, we take no pleasure in this decision. But at this point, we don't have a choice. You and Bill have dragged the black name through the muck for the last time. What they say you two, and that Wyatt girl did to those classmates of yours. True or not, defending you both again and again. It's gotten to the point we can barely do business in this town anymore. You two have cost us so much.
Whoa, that was a
And are you
spike.
repentant? Are you sorry? Of course not. Well, we are through defending you.
Yes! Quartz.
You're going to accept the exile the town demands. You're going to leave Diamond City for good.
Oh!
And you will never, ever
What if that family's
see
still
another
there?
cat from your father or I again.
Should be a couple
You had
odd
every
jobs
chance in the world to make this right, Maggie. Well, we are done giving you chances.
Mother, it's Max. Thank you so much for your tape. It kept William, Lizzie, and I very entertained during our time in the holding cell. We found the part about refusing us our inheritance particularly amusing. Because that money is ours. Years we spent under your thumb, trying to be the perfect little dolls you always wanted. Both have the scars.
Even without the bodies, it's hard to believe.
So if you think we didn't earn every cap that's due to us, then you're even dumber than I thought. We're coming for those caps, and there's nothing you can do to stop us.
Okay.
So this will be test 8 of the persuasion formula. Our subject here. What'd you say your name was again?
Fuck you, Lizzie. When my crew finds out about this, they're gonna wear your skin.
Okay, we're just gonna call you 8. 8, would you please stop talking?
Go to hell.
As you can see, 8 is currently not receptive to my suggestions. Now, deploying the formula.
What? What the? Hey!
Hey yourself. 8, how do you feel right now?
Fine.
Good, I
I
guess.
wonder how much of Gage's little
Excellent.
plan to replace
Now,
Carter
8,
wasn't
I'm
just
going to
make sure
untie
the
your
bosses
arm.
didn't take his head off,
Okay. Now, 8, I want you to hit yourself.
Hit myself?
Please.
too. Nuka World is a trap for fools.
Ah!
But an opportunity. Not supposed to know the other games.
Again, please.
I'll roll against the
Harder
treatment
this
to
time.
each other, though.
Ah!
I thought about trying my hand at the gauntlet.
That's
to see
perfect.
if I could do it.
Thank you, 8.
Waste of time now.
You can stop now.
No one's stopping you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. 8, I'm going to untie you. Now, if you wouldn't mind... 8!
What are you... Are you an idiot? Did you really think that shit would work? I'm gonna eat your...
Trouble?
Thank you, William. I'm going to need a minute before you bring in number 9.
Mags, William, and Lizzie. All you have to do is hear them speak to know they weren't born into this life. But they sure as hell were born for it.
Okay, that was interesting.
We'd all considered putting a bullet in Coulter's back at some point. Suppose you just beat us to it.
Let's see. Now, I've got several terminals to look at. I suppose. Now, let's go chronologically. In order of
People
where
who
we've
do
just
their
been
job
through.
well should get to live well. And no
If
gang does their
Lizzie
job
asks you to
better than
volunteer
us.
for one of her tests, don't.
Yeah, I
Understanding the
got that
operators ain't
idea.
hard. We know
Thanks
how
for the
to
tip,
live.
though.
The other gangs, well, dying is more their strong suit.
Yes.
Yay! Nisha, taking my raiders at a young age, believes deeply in the power of violence, makes her a dangerous adversary. That said, she has a penchant for justice among her own. Stole a gang from a previous leader by gaining their respect, rather than through graft or deception. Irritatingly hard to exploit people like that, ultimately. Acts like a stabilizing agent among the disciples, means Nisha's place in their hierarchy should not be tampered with. Dull, but the right move. Any other disciples in that room would literally lead to utter havoc. Dixie springs to mind. True psychopath, clever, devious, bloodthirsty, suspect she's responsible for the death of at least 3 operators since her arrival, very likely more. Takes and treasures souvenirs from her victims. Someone meddling with her toys might be able to get her to do something rash, should the need arise. Granting her current position with Nisha, probably support the girl's vanity, much more likely to turn on her own boss. She thinks she's respected. Thanks to that, she does not see to honour Nisha's authority, doesn't appear to have plans to claim leadership for herself. Best for all of us. It stays that way. Nisha's enforcer, fiercely loyal, likely the only reason the man's been given a place of prominence in their little coven. Had one of our girls attempt to seduce him, see if we might be able to sway him as a contact, but to no avail. Had one of the boys try too, similar results. Suspect he's probably working with the only person he has eyes for. Would explain the loyalty. One half of the alleged masterminds behind the Nuka World plan, clearly as much as a rube as the rest of us. It does seem likely like he honestly believed in Coulter now, though. Just seems worried he's going to share Coulter's fate if things don't go back on track. Not wrong, undoubtedly moved on this new overboss to protect his own neck. However, man genuinely does appear to believe that Nuka World could be used to make us all rich. So that does have some value. No one's problem anymore. Coulter. Idiot. Performance test. This year's performance would be Phantom of the Nuka. The Phantom of the Nuka, the Phantom who lives in the catacombs beneath the bottling plant, longs to find a drink that can satisfy his 300-year-old thirst. Due to his horrific appearance and his self-imposed estrangement from society, he's hopes getting his hands on Nuka-Cola seems impossible until the plant hires the beautiful Christine. The Phantom is enraptured by Christine and hatches a scheme that he hopes can untie the two of them together to quench his first Nuka-Cola before his body dries up and withers away. The best Nuka House in Boston. Miss Nona strangely runs the Nuka House, a soft drink establishment that was built outside of Boston. She wants to serve all her locals delicious Nuka-Cola 24 hours a day, but a crusading television reporter who thinks milk is healthier for your body wants to shut her down. It's up to Miss Strangely and her friend the local sheriff to stop the reporter in his tracks before it's too late. A soft drink named Desire. Kim and her husband Tom work for the local Nuka-Cola plant. Tom and Kim are responsible for coming up with new flavours. but have been stuck for a month. If they don't come up with a new flavour soon, they're afraid they'll both be fired. Enter Vivian, Kim's sister from small town Mississippi, with a southern charm and bigger than life personality, moves in with Kim and Tom looking for a better life in the big city. Could ever the three of them learn that the best flavour can't come from hard numbers and size. It's all about happiness, togetherness and friendship. Fizzy Rob, the quantum maker and street sweet. Fizzy runs a drugstore with his assistant Miss Lovett, where he serves delicious, refreshing Nuka Cola. His customers love the place. They're longing for a new flavour, something eye-catching, amazing, bold. In desperation, Fizzy starts sending random ingredients down the chute. Miss Lovett's, whose laboratory is in the shop's basement. Lo and behold, to mix the other ingredients in her cauldron, Miss Lovett is startled to see a beautiful blue glow. Is this the start of a tense sensation that might propel Fizzy's shop to new heights? With the cutting in the staff, we're going to have to ask all the stage technicians to perform janitorial work. That means sweeping, clearing dishes, fixing minor damage, and cleaning up the main dining area. And before you get all grumbling, remember that you're lucky to have this job at all. According to Mr. Huxley, the parlour is one of the more expensive attractions of the park, and the worst visitor turnaround. I'm doing everything I can to keep us open. I just need your help. With the Halloween Spooktacular coming up next month, we need to strike all the best little Nuka house sets and start working on the Phantom of the Nuka sets immediately. We'll usually have the sets under construction in backstage areas a month before the show, but no one has had the time. Looks like we're working after hours this week, folks. Come see me with specific assignments. I know it's the best little Nuka house in Boston features all sorts of foot-stomping musical numbers, but we can't allow guests to get up from the tables and dance. We've had far too many people slipping and falling. If you see a guest standing up on any furniture, kindly ask them to be seated. Okay. Where's the backstage is what I'm wondering.
Over, boss. Making trouble?
Hey, Lizzie.
So much money spent on this place, just to hawk some soda. Sad, don't you think?
I guess.
Nice.
Test 1. First go with the formula was a flop. The subject, William, supplying me with, turns out he was a jet head. Pretty sure that's what caused the reaction to the formula that he suffered. Killed himself seizuring. Broke some of my equipment in the process. We need to account for that in future batches. Don't have to replace this stuff again. Just so I don't risk my neck sinking into the far reaches of Galactic Zone for nothing. What do you get from there? Second subject was another heavy drug user. What else are you going to find around here? But no seizure this time. Spraying the target with the formula, however, doesn't seem to make persuading her any easier. Once I've injected it, it feels like she started listening more attentively, but it was hard to tell over the screaming. On to test 3, I suppose. Finally, some real results. Subject was older, female in her 40s. Like some kind of farm or something? Equally awful. Apply the gas for a good minute. Was able to get her to agree with a series of incredibly less reasonable suggestions. Hand me that pen. Take off your shoes. Take off your clothes. She balked when I asked her to start mutilating herself. But I still... Progress. Going to have William prepare a room. Think our guest will be staying for a while. More general testing on Miss Farmer, who William has taken to calling Annette, after the janitor that disappeared back when we were living in Diamond City. Progress continues, but I'm finding that persuasion is still crucial to getting what I want. But if I can't sell why my demands are a good idea, there's little chance my suggestions will take hold. However, while often correctly, I've managed to get Annette to pull herself a greater and greater risk. Particular fun was I succeeded in convincing her to pick the pocket of a disciple in the market. The disciple managed to take a chunk out of Annette before I could intervene. I've been talking way too fast. Just trying to get through all these terminals quickly, I guess. Singaze and Antiseptic couldn't patch up. Made sure to give the disciple's description to William. Can't stand it when people damage my toys. Decided it was time to run a real test of the formula. I'd ordered Annette to do a task outside the parlour and supervise. Gave her the chance to run, see if she actually returned. First step was, of course, getting her in a state where she'd want to run. After a few days of pain, I gave her a dose and asked her to collect some ingredients for me from the market, all by herself. Almost. William was watching from the rooftop just in case she did decide to run, and so we sat. A minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes in the parlour with Mags. I could see the disapproving frown start to edge in at the corners of her mouth. But in 5-4 minutes later, who comes limping back into the parlour? Lovely Annette, arms full of exactly what I asked. Even set a new duration record for a single dose of the formula. Now, unfortunately, the wound she stayed during our prep ended up getting the best of her not long after, but still. We all knew a success when we saw one. These ones are even more unpleasant. These ones are more unpleasant than I thought they might be. After our positive results with Annette, Mags requested some broader testing. First up, the market. While pursuing Maddox's stall, I let a canister slip out of my bag. Not sure if it was the noise, smell, or a dozen other possible issues, but the test went nowhere. Maddox responded to exactly 0 of my demands. I was hoping I'd finally do the whole pack a favour and getting to cut off that ugly top knot. Seems it was not to be. More failure. Max went to see if we might be able to perhaps use the formula to give the local Brahmin trainers to favour some additional supplies. With no success. Another scenario to cross off the list. This batch has apparently gone bad without me realising it. Got the bruise to show for it. Right, yes, number 8. Finally, another success. William brought me another farmer, who responded much the same as Annette did. A thread to follow, it would seem. You have our zones. Caravans? No. Marketers? No. But settlements? Would appear that's what this formula was made for. Maybe it's the exhaustion brought on by manual labour. The bad water, but something about the environment. But Annette's wretched environment appears to favour the gas. I decided to track my way back to test subject 9's little dirt pit and see what I could get to happen when I deployed the gas. Before I knew it, I had them feeding me out their winter stores, handing over whatever caps they had, and ultimately convincing them their Brahmin style was better off in my hands. Off they shuffled, sad but unable to refuse, and the looks on their faces, truly something to behold. Okay, that's a little concerning. I'd like that formula just to make sure it doesn't...
Lizzie.
Would kill for an actual lab, though it hasn't helped yet.
No, it won't. I've said that already, haven't I? Have we read all the terminals now?
Tests, don't.
Yeah, okay, thanks for the tip. I've worked that out, though. Thankfully. Okay,
What's happening?
Hope the task isn't giving you too much trouble.
Oh, shut up.
You're still willing to take care of it?
I guess. I didn't actually need to take that stuff. One more. Oh, no, I can I've got the quartz. Nuka World features several games of steel banding random atomic rollers. Visitors spend hours and countless numbers of tokens trying to win tickets for a variety of prizes. I can give the Nuka World quartz to Sierra now. Yes, doing that before anything else. Because I want to know, well, where that quest leads. Maybe it's because it's a bigger object being shown, but it seems, well, it seems laggier with this arcade machine than it has with other things. The rotation and stuff. Weird. Yeah, it's a bigger mesh, it's got more detail and textures, so...
Bunch of amateurs playing dress up.
Yes, 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 you have a very low opinion of most. However... Whoa, oh. Sierra! Okay. That was weird. That was just a complete frame rate drop. I don't know what caused that.
Nuka-Cola quartz soon. I'm getting thirsty.
Guess what I've got?
Here you go. One crisp and refreshing Nuka-Cola quartz.
I wouldn't say crisp's the right.
Best! Thank you so much. I said I'd tell you why I was here, so I will. I guess you could think of me as the world's biggest Nuka-Cola fan.
Yeah, I know
I've been
that.
Obsessed with the stuff since the first time I tasted it. I collect all the merchandise I can find, like these awesome Cappy glasses I'm wearing. But
yes, they're
aren't just ordinary
interesting.
Sunglasses. They
Oh.
were part of a really cool contest that started just before the war. Oh my gosh. And the winner of the contest would get to meet the famous John Caleb Bradburton himself.
Who? Wait. No, yes, I read about him on the terminals. That's the guy who invented Nuka-Cola, I think.
I remember that name.
I
He
think
was the
he
guy
is.
who invented Nuka-Cola.
That's what it
right?
seemed to get the idea from.
Exactly. Wow. Not a lot of people know that. At
Yeah, I
least not
read some
anymore.
terminals here.
So, to win the contest, you had to find 10 images of Cappy, the Nuka-Cola mascot, hidden throughout the park. Each image has part of a code or something, and only these special glasses can reveal it.
Okay,
Now,
that's
I know what you're
intriguing.
thinking. Bradburton's long gone. Who cares about the contest anymore?
But
I'm betting that somewhere in his office is the original Nuka-Cola formula. That formula
I'd like
was
that.
one of the great mysteries of the soft drink world, and it would be the crown jewel of my collection. If
oh yeah,
you can
I'd
help
like to make a
me
copy
get
of it still.
I promise it'll be worth your while.
What's in it for me though?
What's in it for me?
I was just getting to that part. Bradburton didn't just create soda formulas. He was a genius who invented all kinds of fantastic things.
Okay.
All I really care about is getting my hands on the Nuka-Cola formula. Any other inventions we find are yours to keep. So,
Thank you.
What do you think?
Yeah, sure.
Sure, why not? Might learn more about the park while I'm at it.
Good point. You're new here after all. You should learn everything you can. I'll give you my Cappy glasses and this old contest holotape.
Oh.
It's got hints about where to find the hidden Cappies. Just track down the
Bet some of them have
clues,
been
and then
moved.
come back to me once you've found them all. I'm an expert in all things Nuka-Cola, so I'm sure I'll be able to decipher it. Happy hunting!
Yay!
Sierra.
Careful out there!
Okay, fine, I'll equip the Cappy glasses. But where's the holotape? Seriously, where is the holotape? What's it called? I really need a newest holotape thing. I really do. Or some sort of sorting mod if... I think there is one out. I'm not sure offhand. I'm pretty certain there is. Ah, here we go. Okay. Let's check Nuka Town, because that's where we are. Down in the bottom of Fisstop Mountain, Cappy's enjoying a view of the fountain.
The park's a pretty dangerous
To the
place.
fountain!
Things are boring as hell since Nisha made us.
Yeah, the sunglasses work great with the gas mask.
I ain't no fan of playing nice with others. Nisha really only has one.
Cappy!
Don't get
Ah, here's the fountain. Cappy, Cappy. Do you mean this Cappy? I doubt it. Is it one of the board ones? Probably. This is annoying. Blah 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 blah. Enjoying a view of the fountain. No, of the fountain.
Caps, ammo.
A view of the fountain, right?
At least some of that's gotta be hiding in here.
A view of the fountain. Do you have a view at the fountain? No. Who has a view of the fountain?
Damn Nuka-Cola song stuck in my head again.
In the word of Nuka-Cola. A view of the fountain. A view of the fountain.
Sure, we carry guns, but knives are where it's at. It's not fun unless you're
up there's a view of the fountain, I suppose, but... Does it say the base of his top mountain? Near the bottom. Okay. I think there was one over here. Oh, it needs to be a wooden structure. But... Where would a view of the fountain be? Where would it be? I bet you some of them have been moved. You don't have a view of the fountain, you're facing the wrong way, and... Well, you have... Cappy! That's not the right one.
Man, this is a waste of time.
A view of the fountain. This feels too far away, but... I don't know. View of the fountain. Maybe if I'm near the bottom of the mountain, it will... I am wearing the sunglasses, aren't I? Out of interest, it doesn't give me... Oh, that's in the Commonwealth, of course it is. No, I'm looking for the one near Fizz Top Mountain. Which I can't find at all, which makes no sense. So it's probably been moved or something. Cappy, 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 cappy.
The last one died too fast.
I kind of like Cappy. Aha! Up here, maybe? Whoa, whoa,
That last one died too fast. Using my...
Where's the... Oh! Wait. So... Oh, I see. Nice. What? Oh, there we go.
That's one.
Yay! We have one letter! This is gonna take a while, isn't it?